We are live!
We're live!
What is up, guys? We are here to bring you a garage sale haul.
Yes.
It's actually our first garage sale haul of the year, which I'm excited about.
We have been garage sailing for 2 weekends. Kind of 2.5, I guess.
2.5.
You went last weekend, but it was not so good. But anyway, so we're just going to show you guys what we've gotten over the last couple of weeks.
Let's do it!
Yay!
All right, first up, you
Wait,
found
maybe
this
we
actually.
should, let people jump on. I don't know. It's the middle of the day.
This is the middle of the day,
Yeah.
unscheduled. I doubt we're going to have many people live, but if you're watching, comment below, let us know.
Let us know, and let us know what you found when you were garage sailing the last couple of weeks, and comps and all that good stuff. Also, it is Memorial Day.
Yes.
Thank you. We want to say thank you to all of our past and present service members. We appreciate you and your sacrifice.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's look at garage sale stuff.
Dive in.
Garage sale stuff.
All right, we got Jeannie in Florida's Hidden Treasures and D in the house. What is up, guys? Lisa. First up, Trista actually found this P90X. Keep an eye out for Beachbody workout stuff because I actually used to be a coach for this company for many years.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this stuff goes really well on eBay. These are actually all still in the plastic on the inside.
Like the CDs are in their original plastic casing.
Every single one is here. So
exciting.
these I've sold before. I don't even know what the current comps are, but you picked this up for how much? $3?
$3. So actually no, because I bundled a bunch of stuff. So I bundled at this garage sale 7 or 8 items, and so I ended up probably paying $1 for all of that stuff.
And I've sold a crappy used copy of this before on eBay for like 40 to 50 bucks. This is a $120 program retail, so you should be able to get at least, we'll have to check comps, but I'd say like 60.
Yeah, I saw,
least. Something like that.
used ones for around 45, so pretty good.
What's up, Sean? Welcome in the chat. Doing just a super spur of the moment garage sale haul for you.
Yeah. It was like we needed to get this stuff put away, but we wanted to show you guys what we bought.
Which means we should probably bring back flips and finds.
Flips and finds.
I think we should do that.
We did this really fun series last summer. We can only garage sale from now until the end of August, middle of September if we're lucky. So we were doing our flips and finds, and basically whatever we found, we'd show you guys, and then the things we flipped from garage sales we'd show you as well.
It is so hot in here. I'm like sweating.
He's dying.
It's like 90 degrees out right now.
It's really not that hot.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
What'd you find?
Okay, so same garage sale. I'm just going to show you the stuff I got from that same garage sale.
That was a good sale.
So it was a good sale. I went back and bought myself some stuff when you left. Anyway.
Of course.
So I found this brand new, hi Lisa, brand new, here's Johnny Carson, full DVD set. It's hard to see because of the glare. But this is $3. I think I ended up paying $2 for it because, like I said, I bundled some stuff. So inside is brand spanking new. I can't get this out right now. There we go. All of the DVDs are still wrapped in their shrink wrap. This has never been opened. I paid I think $2, between $2 and $3. The comps were good. They were like 30 bucks, so I'll take it.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. And then same garage sale, I got these Tony Robbins, all of these are Tony Robbins audio sets. This is a really big one, and then these are 2 smaller ones. And I saw a bundle go for about $55 plus shipping. So let's see, I paid $4 at most for this. So I think I'm just gonna bundle them and let them go all as a set. Hopefully it'll be a faster sale that way. And I'll make a lot more in that big chunk than piecing it out. So.
What she said. I'm just gonna go down the list. We're gonna pull up some live comps for you guys because these were sourced last week and I kind of forgot what some of them were. But keep an eye out for retro video games, guys. The second I saw these, 50 cents each. I cherry picked the good ones. There was a bunch of them. I left probably 5 or 6 behind.
They're in really good condition.
So this is Sega Genesis. This is like my childhood right here. Yeah. So I got Sonic 1 and 2. I got Mortal Kombat 2. Of course, this is like classic. These things, there's not even dust on them. They are pristine condition. So whoever had these kept these in really good shape.
Yep.
50 cents a pop. Some of these I'm probably going to make like 5 or 10 bucks on. Some others I might get upwards of about 20. So turning 50 cents into $20 bill is pretty sweet. So I got a stack of those. My
Nice.
other one I was going to pull up is this boombox. You guys, I used to walk by this stuff all the time. Ugh. It is a beast.
It's so big.
It's going to take a lot of bubble wrap, and I'm going to list it as FedEx Smart Post, so it's going to be not too bad on shipping if you go Smart Post. I used to pass this kind of stuff up all the time, but always run the model numbers because I will show you what we got here.
I will show you.
This is I'm just going to run this up live. This is a JVC, if you guys are going to plug along with us, PC dash. This is exactly what I do at the garage sale, guys. 16. All right, so we're going to run that. There's currently one listing for that exact model for 90 bucks plus 55 shipping. So I just look at that as a $140 sale. So if I filter down by solds, there was one that sold for, this was on April 15th, $50 plus $100 shipping. It's not going to cost $100 to ship that, guys.
There's a lot of shipping.
If I were to, I mean, it's pretty heavy. If I were to estimate with FedEx Smart Post for us, that's probably going to cost about 20 to 25 to ship, because I've shipped big heavy stuff like that before. It's going to be about 20 or 25 bucks, even on the high end, which it won't be, of about 30. I paid, how much did I pay for that? Oh, I bundled it with this, so they were 10 bucks each.
Nice.
So I paid 10 bucks for that, and I'm probably going to make about 80 to 100 profit, so I'm excited for it.
Good job.
You're next.
Wait, I'm going to answer some questions.
Oh, we got questions?
So far we've not had any problems selling Beachbody material or clothing.
Can I
Yes.
get in on that? On eBay, do not touch Beachbody programs on Amazon because, again, I used to be a coach for the company, so I know how their innards work now. They have a dedicated team that goes after Amazon sellers, so do not hop on P90X listings or in any Beachbody programs for that sake on Amazon, because they will go after you.
Yeah, I think we could just probably say blanket statement, all of this stuff is going on eBay.
Yeah, this is all eBay for today.
For sure.
I don't think we have any Amazon at all. No.
Nope. And then somebody said we went to their garage sale.
We did?
Let me see. Where
That
did
is
you go?
awesome.
Where did you go? Martin, you were at my garage sale. Are you in Lafayette? Did you go to Lafayette?
I don't think I have.
I don't think we were there. I haven't garage saled in Lafayette yet.
Newburgh.
Maybe.
No.
You should say hi to us if you know us. We don't know
That
everybody.
is going to be hilarious if we went to somebody's garage sale.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, and I saw a couple people pop up in the chat about the meetup in Colorado. Charles will be in Colorado
Yes.
this week.
This
on
Thursday. This Thursday we are, well, Tristan won't be there, but myself as well as the creator of eFlip and Scout IQ, Caleb Roth, we're going to be hosting a meetup at his place. He's got this epic like fire pit back patio set up.
I'm sad I can't
Which
go.
I'm super excited about. So it's going to be Thursday night starting at about 6. It goes pretty much all night until whenever. I will link in the description below on this video. If you're watching live, I'll actually post it in the chat for you. But if you're watching the recording, it's in the description. It's a Facebook event page. It has the address and all that good stuff. So just go RSVP. That will be this Thursday. If you can't make it to the Thursday one, I'll be in Denver for the RMRC conference. I think I fly back out Sunday. So I'll be there for the whole weekend. So if you just can't make it to the Thursday meetup, but you want to meet up, I mean, we're going to be eating lunch and dinner and that kind of stuff. So you can pop in one of those. Just shoot me a message, and actually email me Chaz, that's C-H-A-Z, not C-H-A-D. About 40% of people call me Chad, which I get because they sound similar. Chaz at sidehustlepros.com is my personal email. So
I just got
email
this
me.
like vision of you with like a retro neon jacket with a fanny pack and a sidewards hat.
That'll
Hey,
be
I'm Chad.
my alter ego is Chad.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna look up
let's
comps
talk
on the
about
next
other
one.
things. So, while he's looking up comps on that, I'll show you guys. I got these flats, and I walked right past them the first time. And then I thought, these look really good quality, and you can't really see the label on the inside of the shoe, but you can on the bottom. These are Frye. So, super excited to find these. Let's see, I paid $5 for each pair, so I have 2 pairs. They just need a little cleanup. There's a person on Instagram who does like shoe dressing. She pretty much sells just shoes, and she does like tutorials on how to dress up the soles so that they're nice again. So I'm gonna pay her a little visit. I'll redress these, make them look nice. But the used comps were still going for about $45, so that's super good. And then same garage sale, I got these Danskos for $3. Danskos don't do as well as they used to, but these are a bigger size. These are 40s, and they're in really great condition, like no scuffs on the toes. What's her channel? The person who does the shoe dressing, her name is Bridge City Boutique, and that's on Instagram. And she does really good tutorials on how to dress up old shoes and make them look nice again, and treating leather, all of that good stuff that I have no idea about. So anyway, these were great. These were $3. I'll probably still make maybe $40 off of them just because they're in super great condition.
I'm going to answer James' comment. James says, I've been reselling for about a year and still in college. I'm trying to get my girlfriend into it, but she's not the biggest fan of thrift stores. How should I go about having her join me and enjoy it? Here's how you do it. It's the same way I talked her into doing all this.
Yeah.
Make a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Because if she sees you're being successful with this, she's going to want to tag along and do it with you.
Yeah.
And then you can bring up to her, hey, if I'm doing this well by myself, if I had another set of eyes and hands to help me out, we can scale even more.
For sure.
That's how I did it with you, at least.
Yeah.
When she was
Tricked me.
like, she didn't understand any of this until about 2 months into it, when I brought home like that first $1,000 in 2 weeks profit. That's when she was starting to get the wheels turning. And
but I liked thrifting to begin with. I would just thrift for myself and like my family and friends.
Her whole family comes from like, she had an eye for thrifting before she even knew about reselling.
Yeah.
Like, you grew up with like the thrift stores and the Goodwills and stuff like that. I never stepped foot into a Goodwill until we really started to resell.
He was such a snob. I'd be like,
I would not go into Goodwill at all.
He's like,
I'm like,
no, it
no.
smells in there.
I wouldn't do it. And then she got into the eBay side with clothing, and then she was doing really well. So I'm like, okay, I'll go check out Goodwill. And like, I don't know, did pretty well with it.
It says that your cha-chings are loud. Are they on?
Cha-ching? I don't think we had a cha-ching, did we?
I don't know.
No.
Sorry, you guys. Okay.
I just looked up comps on, I forgot how good of a find this was. And I don't know, I'm just going to pick it up. It's big.
It's really big.
Another big heavy item. I don't mind doing the heavy items. Because a lot of people...
will totally turn them down. I will walk away, no problems.
So this is a Logitech speaker system, which I was really tempted to keep. I paid $10. So just... I'm going to set this down.
It's so big.
Okay. So it's got the 2 speakers and then the bass. I'm looking at the comps right now.
No one can see your head. It's really funny.
I know. It's like... So on May 20th, this entire set sold for $140. I paid $10. Here's the part that blew my mind. Just one of these speakers, there have been many sales that are going between $50 and $70 for just a replacement speaker. So I can part these 2 speakers out for probably a good $120, and then part the bass out for probably a little bit more. So I can either sell it as a set for slightly less, or I can part it out for hopefully a little bit more. I think that's what I might do, looking at the comps right here. Because look at this. One of these just now on the 27th, the right one sold for $47 plus $22 shipping.
Wow.
which is pretty exciting.
It's pretty good.
So that was a really good score for me. I don't mind doing this big stuff. You do pay more for shipping, but as long as you're working that in with your comps, I'm turning $10 into hopefully going to be $150 out of this.
Woohoo!
We'll see.
Okay, I figured out what he was saying. Our cha-chings aren't on. He was saying to get your girlfriend or spouse on board, have your cha-chings on loud.
Oh!
That, it says, my
Gotcha.
girl kept hanging. Kept hearing them and finally got interested. That
There
is
you
really,
go.
really smart. I like that.
That is awesome. Yeah, if every 10
She's
minutes
like,
you get a
"You're
cha-ching,
making money?
that would definitely help out. That's hilarious.
That's really smart. Good job.
What else did you find?
What else did I find? I found this game. I paid $2 for it. I honestly didn't look it up until I got in the car. It was new with tags and it's Disney. And honestly, I was like, oh, Titus will like this. So I bought it for our son, but I think I might sell it. It looks like it might be over his head a little bit. But the brand new comps for this game were about $25, so pretty good for $2. I'll take it. And then the garage sale, like just next to her, this lady, I found these Bob books, and I'm always very willing to pick up anything that's like academic for kids. These sell okay. They're kind of middle of the road, but the sets are all there, are very full, and they're in perfect condition. I was looking at the comps. I could probably do about 10 to 15 per set, and then buyer pays shipping. I might just lot them all together because they're all in that same age group, and I saw a lot go for about $45. So I paid $3 for all of them. $1 each. So if I could turn $3 into $45, I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
This one was from a couple weeks ago. You guys read that?
Ooh.
What year was this? 1966 Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition.
What?
So we came up on this sale. Looking at it from the street, if we would have done the typical like slowly drive by and try to prejudge it, we would have just strolled right by because there was not much in the sale itself, like out in the driveway. But in the garage,
I found some sunglasses though.
I did find sunglasses too. There were, how many were there? 52? 54?
Mm-hmm.
There was 50, not the Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions, but Sports Illustrated anywhere from I think the oldest I found was a 1959 all the way through 1970. Sports Illustrated, there were over 50 of them. He wanted $2 a piece, and I got him down to 80 cents each because I bought them all. So that was a really good deal. This one, the comps were anywhere between, was it 25 and 35?
I thought it was higher. You'll have to check that.
I'll have to double check the comps, but at least $20 just on this one thing. So 80 cents to $20. Shockingly, people are still buying these things pretty often. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of them. I haven't even dug through because I'm going to have to go through and run comps on every single edition. There's a NASA edition. There was a, was it Muhammad Ali? There was a boxing edition in there too.
They're in the other room.
Yeah, so we got a box of these things, 50 different ones. So I have to go through and run comps on each one. This one alone is going to pay for pretty much the whole lot. So I'm excited for it. That was a really good pickup.
Let's see. Sorry, you guys, I'm reading. We do local meetups for those interested. We finished one, or we did one like 2 months ago. We'll do another one coming up. Okay.
Yeah, we need to come up with a meetup schedule because we've got a lot of different meetups going on. We just did an LA one because we were down in LA for Disney. We just did, we're doing Denver Thursday, and then Nicole has her summer conference. Mm-hmm. We'll be doing one in Portland, and then Vegas for eBay Open. So we've got a couple of them going on. And we still have later in the year, we still haven't booked a few trips that we're probably going to be at least doing a little bit of traveling.
Yep.
So we got some new ones coming too.
Salt Lake City. I actually really want to come to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
We have friends, and I'd like to hang.
We should too, because it's a super short flight. I've been to Salt Lake City twice now. Pretty much twice last year I was down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do another one down there.
Mm-hmm. Matthew, I buy stuff for myself all the time at garage sales. I try not to, but it just happens. So I always make sure that I'm flipping enough to cover, you know, a $1 or $2 cost is not much. We don't really buy super expensive stuff for ourselves at garage sales. But my thinking is that if I was gonna buy that item anyway in a retail store, I'm gonna spend way more, and I might as well hang on to my money by buying it used and save a ton. So
It's just like with my Funko Pop collection that I've started doing. She hates it. But I always, before I buy my own for my own collection, I always make sure I'm gonna flip enough to not just cover the cost and break even, but to profit too. So my rule of thumb is like for every one I buy, I need to flip two, one to cover cost, one to profit. And that's how I work it out. So my entire Funko Pop collection, I don't even know how many I have. It's pretty small for a collector, but I probably have about 50 of them, maybe 60. And I've not only broken even on all of them, I haven't paid a dime, but we've made a good chunk of change doing it too.
yeah. Everyone's just saying hi, which is really nice. Hi
guys.
guys.
This is super random for us to pop
Yeah.
on in the middle of a Monday and just do a random garage sale haul.
It is. We usually try to make our lives later in the evening so people can come, but
Yeah. And we'll be doing tomorrow night, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, our regular time. I got a message saying one of my things are being questioned for their authenticity. You need to send in whatever receipts or invoices you have.
just give Amazon what they want.
Yeah, they'll tell you exactly what they want. So if they're asking for authenticity or an IP claim, just send in proof of purchase. That usually you can fight it that way.
Yep. What else do we buy? This is not all the stuff we bought, which is just kind of the fun stuff. We got some pretty bread and butter items. We got
What do we have over there?
like shoes and bras and
Can they
boring
see the
stuff.
pile? Oh, you guys
You
can't see
guys
it.
can see the pile.
So,
it's
this-
crazy.
Right here.
Yeah.
That's a chicken fryer. We went sourcing with Nicole State
Yeah.
at one of her honey holes. And I pulled that thing out. It's in great shape. I paid $15 for it, and the comps were like $150 for used ones. So that was a really good pickup. I just need to friggin' list the thing. It's been sitting there for
Well,
2
you have to
weeks.
test it. We have to fry a turkey.
I do have
find
to.
out
I know. I
what
need
they
to.
are.
I need to test it. If it turns on, I'm gonna call it good.
Oh, so funny.
So that was a really good one.
Yeah. Talk
Another.
about your camera.
Should we do carousel or camera?
What either?
All right. This was another item I was excited about. It's a Kodak Carousel, like old school. I'm actually gonna pull this out and show you guys.
It's really, really good.
I
condition.
only knew this, like the second I saw it, I knew what it was worth because I've sold these before. Back when I was doing a lot of Goodwill. This thing is in such good shape too.
Yeah, it's like still
Like
in
the owner, look at this. The
It's
owner
so
kept
good.
everything like in the original box.
It's beautiful.
And this came with a bunch of extras too. He
Yeah.
hooked me up with some of his storage and whatnot. Yeah, this thing is so old.
So can you
All right.
see that? I think
This
you
is
can
a
see it.
projector
Carousel.
carousel.
Yeah.
So it's got. Let's see. We're just gonna pull the whole thing.
Why not?
Show you guys what we found. Oh, this is so like.
There's no dust on it. It's like
There's a little bit, but not much.
it's so nice though.
So this thing, don't even know how. I don't even know how these work.
I think it goes over here.
Somewhere.
There
Oh,
you go.
she's so smart. So this is the old school kind where you put little slides in there, and then it projects them. These things, I mean, there's so many different models, but these things always look up the model number. I'll actually do this live for you right now. But I used to pull, I've sold 2 of these before. I pulled both of them out of Goodwills for like $5 or $10. And the best one I sold was $180. So that made me happy.
Quick, while he's doing that, top 5 stores that you never find deals in. I don't know. I guess.
Never find deals?
Yeah, I mean we find deals all the time.
It's not so much stores as in like Walmart, Target, Kohl's, etc. Because we've found deals in every store.
Yeah.
For me, at least, because I do a lot of the retail arbitrage side. For me, it's specific locations.
Yeah.
So like here in the Northwest, I've done really, really well on our Walmarts, except for there are certain towns I don't even go to anymore because I have never found a deal in that specific Walmart. So it's more so location for us.
Yeah.
I would say Fred Meyer is probably the only one that really comes to mind. I found a few things and flipped out of there, but I've never found enough to make me want to go there consistently.
Yeah.
That's probably really the only one I can think of.
Yeah, like Charles was saying, like there's some Goodwills I just won't go into, or like certain thrift or like consignment stores I just won't go into because I already know I'm not gonna find anything, or I'll find very few things. As far as like actual retail, yeah, I mean we can find. There's tons of stuff. I do stay away from like the discount, like Ross for clothing. He does it for shoes a lot. There can be good clothing, but for the most part, it's a lot of junk. Or
And that just depends on location too. Like
yeah,
here in the
I mean, like,
Northwest, our
ours-
Ross carry way different stuff than what they do in like Texas or Florida.
yeah.
And it's like that with a lot of stores too, the discount stores.
So I don't, it just depends on where you're at. I would say try it out a couple times. If you're not finding anything ever, then probably just move on to something else until you find kind of your honey hole or whatever.
So for this guy, this is the 650H. Yeah. It's all dusty right there.
So Ray, we're not proving purchase on any of this stuff on Amazon through a receipt because we're not listing this stuff on Amazon. This is all going to eBay.
Yeah, this is all
So,
eBay stuff.
and it's all going to be marked as used. So we wouldn't need to really prove purchase.
All right, so the comps on this, I mean, they kind of just vary depending on the condition. There's crappy ones that have sold for, I'm trying to find like the cheap end, 40, 56. So like $70 on the cheap end for this. And that's for a lot of guys that only have just the unit and not the carousel top. And we've actually got the original boxing, and I've got some extras that the guy tossed in too.
Yeah, these are really cool. They're like...
So he gave us 2 storage containers for the slides.
Yeah.
And then he also gave an extra slide tray.
Yeah, it still has the Fred Meyer tag on it that says $4.99. You can't see it, but it's really cool.
It's so old.
So
So
funny.
I think with the extras, the high end I'm seeing right now, one just sold on May 18th for $125, free shipping. So I would probably price around that. These types of items where they're a little bit bigger, they're gonna cost a little bit to ship. I don't mind holding on to these and getting a bigger profit out of them. So if this takes a few months to sell, then that's totally fine. But I'm probably going to price near that 125 because I have all the stuff that this guy did in his.
So there's 2 carousels. And we got 2 of these really cool little tin boxes for slides.
We could probably
They're,
even
like,
price higher
gorgeous.
than 125 now that I'm looking at it.
They're gorgeous.
Because a lot of these on average go in between like 80 and 100.
Matt also says that you need to update your playlist.
I do need to update my playlist. Is anyone still listening to that thing?
He was so proud of that. Like,
Oh,
was
man.
like, I've got the best playlist
I
and
put
everybody loves it.
I spent an entire week just listening to Spotify every day. Like I would take hours and just
so
sit here and
funny.
listen to tunes. So I made that 90s mixtape. I have one I want to do for classic rock, and I want to put together a gym one, and then I'm going to put together a country one. Those are like my top ones I'm
I
going
don't
to put
like
together.
country, but-
Give me some time because those are time consuming. But if I didn't know anyone still listening to those things, so if anyone is still listening to the playlist, please let me know because I'll keep doing it for you.
Yeah.
That was like a fun little side project. Yeah, so I'll probably list a little bit higher because we do have a lot of extras compared to these guys. I'd probably price it like 140. Let it sit for like 30 days, see if there's any movement on it. See if there's watchers, see if there's
I
how
let
many
it go a
views.
lot longer. This is not something that somebody is just gonna like on a whim like
Yeah.
pick up. So
I'm shocked how much these are selling. We've got a May 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 18th,
that's pretty
18th,
cool.
18th. So they're selling like one a day on average.
that one has the box still.
Yeah, maybe like every other day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll probably
Very cool.
price it like 140 and just let it sit. See if we gain watchers off of it.
Yeah. Let's see.
I know you guys get to see live kind of how we like run this stuff. through our heads.
Yeah. And this is what we do. We will sit at a garage sale for 20 minutes looking at comps, kind of hemming and hawing, or we might like look it up, go back to the car, research it more, and then go back and maybe buy it or not buy it. But don't be afraid to just sit there and do the diligence that you have to. You don't want to buy bad buys, so.
Who cares if people see you
Cares are
running
sitting?
comps?
Yeah, they don't care.
Everyone's got such a fear of like, I've got to hide my phone. Like,
Be nice. Be careful.
don't drop it. I'm gonna tuck that part
Oh
in.
my gosh.
You guys get to see
Oh my
behind the scenes
gosh.
right now.
Oh my gosh.
Can you hold the
Heard
box?
it.
Hold the box.
Heard it. Somebody
I'm
asked.
gonna do it the other way.
Okay. Somebody asked about bad buys in garage sales. I definitely think that we've learned a lot over the last year.
I just made a bad buy. I didn't tell you about this. I'm actually not excited to
now you have
tell
to
you
tell
this.
me.
I just made an $80 mistake. Hear me out.
Say what?
Hear me out. Double check everything you look at, guys. So I went to this sale and I found a PS3.
Oh.
So I looked up PS3, super excited. It was marked at 125. I told her I can offer 80 if it doesn't sell. And she's like, you know what, I'll take 80 right now. So I bought it because the comps were like 180. So I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna make at least an $80 profit. Took it to the car, and then I just had this gut feeling like double check the listing, and it was for the 500 gig model, and I had the 40 gig model. So good news, I can sell it, and I'm gonna break even and get my money back. But I just made a
You
mistake.
should have just taken it back and been like, I changed
My
my mind.
ego was not gonna let. Like I had too much pride and ego to like. That was.
Oh man. So see, we make mistakes.
I just made that
all
2
the
days ago.
time.
2 days ago, I remember calling you. I was so excited. I'm like, I found a PS.
He did.
PS3.
He was like, I found a PS3. I'm so
Like,
excited.
I'm gonna make $80 on this, and no, I'm gonna break even because I didn't double check my work. I pulled the trigger way too soon. So double check
See?
when you're dealing with electronics, model number, and double check gigabyte, the size of whatever you're dealing with. So the PS3s and 4s and Xbox, they all come in different gigabytes. So you just gotta double check that stuff.
Now you know.
Sorry.
Hopefully you learned something.
Now she knows.
Don't spend $80 on a mistake.
I'll get it back.
It's okay.
I'll get it
We
back.
make mistakes. We learn and we move on. So there you go, Aaron. There was our mistake. We make them all the time. But definitely we've learned over from last summer on through, the fall, and we're always learning. I'm surprised at stuff that he'll pick up that I would never pick up.
Why am I getting scooted like off the screen here?
It's like the table's.
Like,
Bye. Oh my gosh, don't do that. You guys hear that squeaky noise? Okay. Okay, let's read some comments. Whenever you have a haul of stuff, do you try to ship them the same day? So for anything that we buy for Amazon, Charles is pretty good at getting stuff out within 24 hours.
that's like my rule.
Just because the stuff we buy, the ranks can change very quickly, especially the Funkos.
Yeah, if you're dealing with retail or online arbitrage, it's such a fast-paced game. Prices tank very quick. So I have a 24-hour rule. Anything I buy, as long as I
Yeah.
have more than 20 units, because I want to save as much as I can on shipping, as long as I have more than 20 units, stuff gets out within the next day.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means if I can't utilize the prep center next door because maybe they're slammed, and I prep my own stuff, sometimes that means I'm here until midnight that same night prepping and packing all my stuff.
Yeah.
So I definitely have a 24-hour rule on mine.
Right.
Just because there's been too many times where I let something sit for like a week, and by the time it gets sent in, it's been a 2-week delay from the time I bought it till the time it's active on Amazon. More people hop on, the price tanks, and I miss out on that golden window to sell. So that's why I started getting really diligent about same day.
Yeah. Shoe sizes for women to pick up. Pretty much anything, as long as the price is good, I will pick them up. Larger and smaller sizes, you can charge more for, usually because they're harder to find. So, and then when you do find them, they might not be in great condition. So women who have larger or smaller feet are willing to pay more. So
Yep. Mary for the. Oh wait, which one was it? Oh, Sandra, for writing your appeal. Yes, they do accept retail receipts when it comes to authenticity. Primarily, if it has the UPC code on it. So like Walmart is one of the best. If you're going to do retail, Walmart's great because it has the UPC on it. So it's pretty hard to say no to that.
Yep. Oh wow, there's so many.
When I was going to tell you about my mistake.
Ruh-roh.
Domestic incoming.
Oh my gosh, Mary, we don't really get on each other too much for mistakes because we make them.
I had my bruise as well.
Stop. Oh my gosh.
I can't.
It's on the internet, Charles. It's
I
on the
can't help
internet.
myself. It's on the interwebs.
Ah. Okay. Let's
P.S.
see.
We have really old crap chairs. So if you hear squeaking, like
Yeah.
I've had some people comment, like, did Chaz just fart on camera? Because these chairs are like so squeaky.
That's so gross.
So funny.
Okay. Let's see. Whoops. Charts. I heard Amazon is cracking down on chronic returners. I don't know anything about that. I've
Yep.
heard things about them
I'm
booting off.
so happy for that.
Yeah.
So customers that are returning too much, because you got customers that know there's a 30-day return policy, and oftentimes Amazon might just say, you know what, here's a new unit. So a customer, if I bought something, I'd go to Amazon 2 days later and say, hey, you sent me the wrong thing, or it doesn't match up to the description. And oftentimes they would say, keep the unit, we'll send you a new one too, or they'll refund you. So a lot of people unfortunately get away with that. We had an incident with a very high-end router that somebody returned and swapped which router they sent back. So we had to deal with that headache. Luckily, it pulled through and we got reimbursed for it. But so now Amazon's cracking down on those guys. So they're suspending customers if they're returning too much, which is really good for us.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh,
They're kind of protecting us.
makes me happy.
So, let's see. Sandra, they said that they just are going to be removing the ASINs and not account suspension. So that's good.
Yeah, you lucked out with that. Just take the ASIN loss and move forward.
This is a good question from Matthew. What investments did you make in like sellers apps, Camel, supplies, printers that ended up being a mistake, waste of money?
As far as supplies or services, I can't
We
think
don't
of.
pay for very much.
Yeah, like we keep it pretty bare bones. I can't
Yeah.
think of any.
Not because we have like all these sweet hookups or anything. It's just that
No.
we don't really use that stuff.
Yeah, like the only things I actively use are tactical arbitrage. We use payability. We use. I have a list on my document.
Keepa, but we don't even pay for
Yeah,
it. We
Keepa's
just use the
free.
free version.
Inventory lab, like we use in did I say tactical arbitrage? Yeah, so we use like bare bones basics that we need to run our business. We don't really invest in a whole lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
What was the other part of that?
Maybe waste of money, but not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, there's
There's
really
so
think
many
of any.
programs that you can use. If you're not doing a lot of volume and you're paying for a repricer, that might be a waste of money.
Yeah, we use App Eagle.
But we use App Eagle, and we have enough inventory that we justify using that and paying for it every month.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. Like we personally haven't wasted money on much in that realm, but if you are brand new, you don't need a repricer, you don't need, inventory management softwares. Inventory Lab is something I recommend, but some people try to get into these inventory management softwares where it manages all your SKUs and stuff, and you don't
Yeah.
need that stuff in the beginning. So don't waste money on stuff that you don't need, and two, don't waste money on stuff you're not going to use. Because a lot of people sign up with tactical arbitrage, they dink around with it for 2 weeks, and they have a hard time with it, and then they end up paying for a couple months, and they're not actively using it. So whatever you're paying for, make sure you're actively investing your time and effort into it to make it worth it,
Yeah.
is what I would recommend.
You passed one.
I know.
Stop.
I gotta get rid of some of the idiots in the chat.
We gotta get rid of some people. So somebody asked about a software or app that we use for eBay. I like to use just the eBay app. That's the way I search comps, but you can also use Scoutify, and that you can like scan a barcode and then you can look up comps on both eBay and Amazon through this little like tab they have on the right side or something. I don't remember. If you just get into the app, you can explore it. Is that one free, or it's like $10 a month?
Scoutify comes with Inventory Lab,
Okay.
which is $49 a month if you have that. Any of the third parties, so you got like Scout IQ, you got FBA Scan, any of those third party scanner apps will always have an eBay button. So if you're doing retail arbitrage, you find something on Amazon, you can hit the eBay button and it will search the eBay side too.
Yeah. It's not foolproof. I mean, if you are going to do a bigger buy or you're not really sure about, the comps, you might want to just go into eBay and pull up the comps, because I've like looked up a pair of Nikes on Scoutify and then hit the eBay tab and then they don't pop up, but then later I'll go into eBay and then they pop up for some reason. So it could be just like a software glitch, or I don't know. I don't know anything about software. Anyways, there are other items or like apps out there. I've just never used them. We keep it really basic.
We really do.
Maybe we're missing out. I'm not sure. Somebody tell us if we're missing out.
We're not, because I've learned like when we try to do like so many different things at one time, and you like split your focus, like it's hard to really scale. So we keep our blinders on and keep the business as simple as we can so we can just scale it more.
Yeah.
Shannon asks, how did you know it was a different model? Did you have it sent back to you? Yes, we always have all of our customers' returns sent back to us, because I want to double check model numbers and all that stuff on electronics. This was a very visible difference because the router we sent in was new and it had 6 big antennas. It was about this big. The router they sent back was about this big.
And I was like taking it out of the box and looking at the box. It has like 3 antennas on either side. And I'm looking at the actual router and I'm like, they broke the antennas off. Charles is like, let me see that. Sure enough,
That was pretty funny.
Not the same one.
I thought the antennas broke.
I thought they broke them off.
That one doesn't come with antennas.
This is how tech savvy I am, people.
So funny.
The YouTubes.
Are you guys expecting a big change with returns on eBay now? I don't do returns personally because I made a mistake. You want to talk about that? Because we went from no returns to free returns when they made that top rated adjustment.
Yeah. I got a ton of returns last month.
Yeah, month.
I got slaughtered on returns. There's my answer. I'm still going to do it because I want to work harder at not having returns. I'm going to make sure that my photos are just absolutely pristine, and I'm going to start adding on my listing that these are the measurements. I always put the measurements on there, but I'm going to maybe use like bold, italic, or I'm just going to make it like so bright and obnoxious that people won't miss it, because I still have people, I don't know if this happens to you guys, I have people who will message me about an item and ask for the measurements that are in the listing. Drives me crazy. So I'm thinking people are missing it, or they're just not scrolling all the way. All of my listings are mobile friendly, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but it's very annoying. I did have a lot of returns. It's slowed down though. I'm not sure. Maybe I just had a bad month. I'm not sure.
It's a different time of year too, different season. So
everyone is talking about the summer slowdown. Last year, I felt like we didn't have a summer slowdown.
We actually grew over the summer because we switched from primarily clothing to hard goods for
all
garage
this
sales.
stuff. Yeah.
So when we do our garage selling, like we hit it hard. We're out at 7:30 a.m. and we don't get back home till like 2 or 3 p.m. And that's every week, like non-negotiable. Unless we're traveling, like I'm in Denver this weekend, and I'm contemplating leaving the conference for an hour to go source. So if you're in Denver and you want to go garage sailing, I might be leaving the conference for like an hour, hour and a half, or like on the lunch break, I'm going to go source. Because
You could
hard
garage
goods,
selling with Charles.
yeah, hard goods. I mean, you pay like $1 for something like this and turn it into 50, 60. You could do that every single week.
Yeah,
So we had
and it's pretty rare that you can find clothing that you can do that over and over with.
Yeah.
There's the like lower items that are kind of bread and butter, and then there's the higher items that sell for bigger money, but they're fewer and far between. So, okay.
Any advice on tactical arbitrage? I've been trying to learn it for a few days. Now on the free trial, no buys so far. Oh, Brandon, you're in our VIP group. So if you're in our VIP group, I'm going to be having, I can't say too much right now, but I'm going to be getting you guys.
Like, wait a second.
I'm going to be getting you guys hooked up with some tactical arbitrage training if you're in the VIP group, like specific training. So stay tuned for that.
It'll be really good. I'm excited.
And also, we might be having something going down on our YouTube live tomorrow. I'm waiting to hear back. So stay tuned for that. Go down.
It's going down.
I scanned a few products and looked them up on Amazon Fulfillment, and they weren't listed. What are some things you would take into account before shipping to the warehouse? If there's no listing, you need to either create a listing or sell it on a different platform. For us, for Amazon, it's pretty basic. If I'm doing like just simple retail or online arbitrage, I typically look at above a 30% ROI. I prefer 40 or above, but if it's a quick sell, I don't mind doing 30% is like my bottom. And then old inventory.
Sorry,
Just throwing stuff over here.
Well, maybe if you didn't make $80 mistakes, I would throw
I can't believe I did that. Like that was complete newbie mistake. Like
I'm totally kidding you guys. I don't care.
I'm not kidding. That was a newbie mistake I did. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I should not have done that. Such a noob.
Sorry.
Old inventory to get rid of, I'll drop down to like 20%. You just killed the drink. That's awesome. And then above like a $4 profit is kind of what I look for.
I use a 14 to 16 on my font for my eBay listings. I might change that up to the Ninja guy.
Mary, clothing and shoes do have a little bit higher return rate. Just because even if people read the measurements and all that kind of stuff, they're going to try it on, but like, well, it doesn't feel right. And like shoes, you know, if you got like a runner purchasing your shoes that are listed, runners look for a very specific feel for how those things fit. So you just have, if you get into shoes and clothing, you just have to be mentally ready for a higher return rate.
Yeah.
It's part of the business, so you either choose to do it or you choose a different category. That's what that comes down to.
But I've had returns on other things.
Yes, Mary, this should be implemented across all boards. Charge a 50% pain in the ass fee. I agree, 100%.
I don't know if you could do that.
100%. Would eBay get mad if I put that in the listing?
PIA.
We put
fee?
a PETA. It's a PETA fee.
Oh, pain in the ass. Got it.
I'm game. I will sign whatever document we need to make that happen.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. We find out about garage sales through an app called Yard Sale Treasure Map.
I love it.
You can download it on your smart device.
It's free.
It's free.
Well, no, they changed it. It's free to run a certain amount of days. Isn't it?
It's like $10 or something.
And then you pay, I don't remember. It's like $5 or $10, and then you can look up all the days.
Yeah.
I just paid
so
whatever
the
it was.
one we use pulls all of the Craigslist ads or listings and then maps them, and then you can click on each one and then star them if you want to go to them or not. You can also like flag certain keywords like electronics, games, books, blah blah blah, and then they'll like pop up with different color codes. And but it's not everything, right? Because not everybody puts their garage sales on any kind of platform at all. They just put a sign up like normal,
Some of our best garage sale flips that we've done have been ones that are not on Craigslist.
Yeah, like off the beaten path. So use that or information for what it's worth. Use the app, but then don't be afraid to get off of that. And like if you see a sign, just turn and go to it. We
Yeah.
found some really great stuff that way. So.
Usually on the app, we'll mark which one we're going to, and then on our way to that location, we're keeping an eye out for other signs.
We will be having a neighborhood garage sale this weekend, very close to the meetup.
Yes!
Woo!
Let's do it!
That's fun. Our VIP Matthew is a private group that we host on Facebook, and we have a lot of content exclusively for those people, and it's a good community. So we love them. We love them.
I do love them. And they get access to my cell phone.
Yeah. I don't even get that.
You have to schedule on my schedule.
I do have to schedule. We need our car brakes done. Like, if anybody knows a mechanic, he could do it.
Here's the crappy part.
He
I know how to
have time.
I know how to change brakes. I just don't feel like taking the time to do it. So I might actually bite the bullet and just go.
I was gonna put it on his calendar, like his Calendly link. Like, please do the brakes so I don't die in a fiery car crash. All right. Ah, your little graph keeps coming up. It's so annoying.
Going over it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, you guys. I lost it.
To the comment about retail and online arbitrage being against TOS, that is false.
Garage sale.
You're going to hear conflicting opinions on that, so take it with a grain of salt. Amazon does not like retail and online arbitrage, but it's not against their terms as long as you're listing under the right condition guidelines. You cannot buy something, for example, you cannot buy an electronic from Walmart and list it as new, because most of the time your warranty is no longer carried over as a third-party seller. So that's where it's against TOS, and you just have to watch what you're doing with it.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna wrap up soon, you guys. How do you go about hiring friends or family?
Don't.
We don't. We've had his mom come in a couple of times and just wrap shoes, but it's nothing official. She's not on our payroll. She's not an employee. We don't hire our friends and family. Many of you probably know that we have a neighbor who is our friend, but she was actually our coworker employee before. Mm-hmm. So we had a working relationship before we were ever friends, and we just don't. It gets too messy.
We've hired friends and family for temporary positions before, which is fine.
Like Q4, we were
Q4.
drowning last year in Q4.
Yeah, so we'll hire for temp positions, but to bring a friend or family in for a permanent position, it can just get too messy if you have to learn to separate the personal life and the relationship versus the business. And as owners of our business, I can be an ass if I need to, right? I need stuff done on time a certain way.
Yeah. We're both very particular about how we like things done.
And that's okay, because it's, again, it's our business. We like it run a certain way because we believe in the best quality we can with everything that we do.
Yeah.
Whether it's the products that we sell on Amazon, eBay, whether it's with our VIP group and our clients that we work with and help them with their business. We have very specific ways we do things.
Yeah.
And I don't personally want to have to draw that line with a friend or family member. But if it's temporary things hey guys, I've got 500 units of products in here, and who wants to make $15 an hour to come over here for a weekend and help me prep this stuff? Those types of positions I'll still do.
Right. But you have to weigh out, is your relationship with that person worth, a possible falling out, or is it worth the money or the help or whatever the case may be? And it's so easy to find somebody else who could fill that role for you and not risk that relationship. So we don't do it, but
and that's
to each their own.
Yeah,
right?
It's one opinion,
Whatever.
because there's going to be other people that say, yeah, we do it, and we're totally fine with it. It all comes down to your relationship with that person. If you have a rocky relationship, don't bring them into your business, because it's just going to carry over. But if you've got a super strong, tight relationship, you can probably do it just fine.
Mm-hmm. Matthew, that's so cool. The best way you can support us is just hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We really enjoy this stuff, And thanks for being part of our little group.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah, because we have people ask us that, like, what's the best way to support us in the content that we do? It really just comes down to engagement. It helps the YouTube channel if you're on here hitting the like button. So if you guys get value out of this, the higher the likes and the higher the engagement on the comments, that all tremendously helps the algorithm that YouTube works, just like eBay does with listings. YouTube does it with videos. So the more you guys sit in here and engage with us, like, we can't ask for anything more. That hands down is the best way you can do it. Like, I don't,
Unless you want to show up and change the brakes on our car.
unless anyone wants to do my brakes, I will take the help right now because I got 0 time to do my brakes. I love it.
That's
But as far as, like, you know, some YouTube channels will have, like, you know, like the donate button and stuff. Like, I'm not going to turn on the donate button. We don't need the financial or want the financial, like, donation. For us, it's just engaging with you guys. That's why we do these videos, is to engage with you guys.
And that's why we host the meetups. I know that you guys might love the meetups. We love them more. We absolutely
really
live
do.
for them almost. They're so much fun. So yeah. Our vacation to Disneyland was bomb,
Oh my
by
gosh,
the way.
that was so great.
Yeah.
We
Thank you for asking
vlogged.
me.
We vlogged.
Yeah.
Quick side note. Is anyone liking the vlog that we brought back, the Side Hustle vlog? So we had 4 episodes that we filmed during Q4 last year when we first got into the office. And then we took a big break from it because I wasn't sure like how much people were enjoying it. And people kept asking for it again. So we posted episode number 5. Episode number 6 is probably going to be posted tonight or tomorrow. And then we vlogged our entire Disney trip.
Which was
So that's going to
fun.
be episode number 7, which will be up probably within the next, probably by Monday it will be up. So we vlogged everything that we did. And for those of you who don't know, we did not bring our child.
We have a 3-year-old. We did not take him.
we did an anti-adulting
Yeah.
trip. So we went with her sister and her husband. It was her birthday present, technically.
Yeah.
So we all just rounded together on like a double date. We just went to Disney for 2 full days. It was amazing.
Yep.
Like the day we got back, we took a day off, spent time with our little one, and then we were both kind of like, I really want to go back. Like, we genuinely love Disneyland. We shouldn't like it that much, but we really do.
And I really think I advocate for this all the time with people we meet, our friends. You need to take a vacation without your kids. Taking your kids on vacation is not vacation. It is hard work. And it's good for your marriage. It's good for you just personally. Take a vacation without your kids. There's plenty of time to take them to Disneyland, but we needed a break, so it was really
And that doesn't mean you have to up and leave to a different state.
Yeah.
Like, even just as a couple, like,
Right.
for us, we work together every day, so we can get tired. Well, at least she gets tired of me. So even if it's just like, you know, take a night away or take like a full day somewhere, do a little road trip, go to the beach,
Yeah.
go on a hike, like do something together that's not about the business. That's been tremendous for us. So
Yeah.
usually once a quarter, we just up and leave somewhere for a weekend.
Yeah.
And that's been great.
And I highly recommend Disneyland because it's great.
'Cause it's Disney. So here's the thing. We're gonna do Disneyland again next year. We will be bringing the little man. He'll be 4, so he's old enough
He's
to go.
ready, yeah.
So next April, if you guys just want to plan ahead, next April we're gonna go back to Disney for 3 days, and we're probably gonna do an open invite scenario. So if anyone wants to plan a Disney trip and chill with us, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun.
So we'll definitely do an LA meetup again like we did, and I think it'd be fun just to do like a Disney park day. With
Yeah.
a little Side Hustle Pros Disney vacation. I think that'd be freaking awesome. So there we go.
Let's see. Thanks, Mary. We don't have our admin support, so we
Hold
keep
on, I
getting
gotta get rid
cranky,
of
weirdo
I gotta
people
get
on
rid
here.
of the real garbage.
Somebody asked if you want to follow along with us. Somebody was saying they just know about our YouTube channel. We are on Instagram. We post on there every single day, or pretty much almost every day. We try.
Yeah, Instagram.
Sometimes it gets busy.
Yeah,
but-
so YouTube is like the main content that we post up here, more like informative, teaching you stuff. Instagram is more of our daily behind the scenes. So we're constantly on stories mode. We show you guys pretty much behind the scenes. So if you like the vlog that we post up on YouTube, You basically get to see a daily vlog on our Instagram.
Yeah. Hey Frank, sorry, I did see your question. I was gonna get back to it. What's the best way for posting music CDs on eBay, used and new, single post or as a bundle? I have about 100 of them to sell. I don't know because I've never sold music CDs on eBay. I would assume that since it's such a big lot, that it might be easier to lot them in 5 or 10 units per lot.
Especially if you got like same genre.
Yeah.
Right? So like do 5 or 10 of like, if you got rock and then country, that might be something to do. I would probably go with the lot if it were me personally.
Yeah.
Like anytime I have a lot of units like that, I like to lot them together. So it's going to be less time on the listings because you would have to create 100 listings for singles.
Right.
And typically you can just get your chunk of change off of each one.
Like these Sports Illustrated, we're
going to lot some of these together.
Yeah, so this one will go by itself probably because it's worth a lot just by itself. But there's like 45 other editions. So we're not going to list those individually just because it would take a really long time. Some of them might not sell at all. We could lot them for maybe 8 or 10 into a lot and we'll make our money back quicker and we won't have that sitting around taking up space. So hopefully that helps. But don't be afraid to look up the individual comps as well. You never know.
Sweet, Martin's on board.
Disney
All right,
trip.
we're going to call it right now. We're doing a Disneyland retreat. April 2019. Put it on the books. 2019? Yeah, 19. That's like 2019.
Okay, you guys. We have to get back to work. It is 4:30. We got a few things to do. You have to get back to work.
I do have to
He
get back
does
to
not
work.
want to work today. He's like, I'm going to Denver. I don't need to work today.
I really just want to take like the next 2 days off and then I go down to Denver. So,
That's
all right,
funny.
you guys stay tuned. We're going to be doing our regular show tomorrow. Back up here, we'll do more Q&A with you guys. This is probably one of my favorite things to do every week, by the way, is just chill with you guys and answer questions. I love it.
Yep.
I literally can just do this every day and be totally happy with it. So it's tomorrow, which is Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, we will be back on here, hopefully with a guest. I gotta set some stuff, but hopefully with a guest. If not, we'll do open Q&A with you guys again. But aside from that, thanks so much for tuning in.
Bye. Thank you.
Peace
Hit
out.
subscribe and follow. Thank you. Bye, you guys.
Oh, the button's not on the computer. It's on my phone. Bye, crew.